Are these meant to be a joke? Yes gang, what is going on? Welcome to my review of the Wahl Balding Clippers. These have just arrived. I won't delay too long before we get hands-on with these clippers, and I'll tell you exactly what I think of them. I've had to do a very minor adjustment to the top of these. They came very slightly misaligned, just making sure that the gap is consistent. Now, I am by no means a professional barber, but just with a very simple adjustments, that should mean they are now level and should cut straight without snagging or cutting. I have seen on some of the reviews, overall very positive, but some people have managed to cut themselves with this, so fingers crossed I don't cut myself with them after this adjustment. In previous videos I've gone into why I've started shaving my head. One, it's obvious that I am losing my hair, and two, I value experiences too much to let my hair get in my way, and especially when I'm doing a lot of adventures outside, cold exposure, or getting in and out of water, it will make my hair look a lot worse. If you want to watch a video on that and some of my reasons why, or maybe you're thinking about shaving your head, click the card, or I will put a link down below so you can go and watch that. I'm not currently at a stage where I want to start wet shaving my head, so these look like a super powerful yet very close shave. On another review I reviewed the Philips One Blade, which I really liked, but there seemed to be a lot of waste with the heads. Obviously the guards didn't seem to last as long as I would have hoped or expected. So by using something like this, mains adapted, super powerful and a super close cut, these should, if looked after, last me many years and many head shaves. In the box it comes with everything you need. Now this is for a balding person or someone who wants a super close shave. Are these meant to be a joke? I suppose I could always use them on my beard potentially. I think a wet shave might potentially be a much cleaner look, but for me, I really like that micro stubble. Let's crack on with why you are here, get them in hand, use the flipping things, and see what I think in general. First time trying them, here goes. Woo! As part of my head shave routine, I will always just tidy up my beard. At this point I think they've cut me, but I'm not entirely sure, so continue. And then they definitely cut me, and I think, right, that's enough, not using them on my beard anymore. Just inspecting the damage. Look like I've been to Sweeney Todd for a close shave. They haven't cut my head at all, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. There we have it, super tight cut, really like it, and I do actually prefer this micro stubble. Technically I believe it's a 0 gap on the clippers themselves, but I think that works out to 0.4 millimeters. Very similar feeling to that of the Philips One Blade that I've reviewed previously. So pros, super close cut, the fact that it is corded means it was a really powerful and consistent shave. I wasn't concerned about it running out of battery halfway through. It's also really heavy, really solid feeling in the hand. It reminds me of Snatch. Boris the Blade says,
"Heavy is good, heavy is reliable. If it doesn't work, you can always hit me with it.
I constantly kept thinking about that when it was in my hand, nice and heavy. Now that could be deemed actually a con, and I'll go on to cons in a second. I wouldn't want to travel with it. It weighs, as I just mentioned, it weighs so much that I would be looking for a more portable solution, potentially the Philips One Blade, or getting a beard trimmer that I could use or double up to use on my head. You probably saw on the footage that I actually cut myself. I thought while I've got the clippers out, I'll just trim my neckline as well. I felt like a little nick, and I thought I got away with it, but I could feel that it had, I don't know whether it cut the skin. I didn't have the problem on my head. You can't see any cuts or nicks actually on my head, but on my neck, so I really wouldn't advise that. Maybe you've got tougher skin than me. The other thing I found that I had to moisturize, because it is such a close cut, any sort of dry skin, that was taking it off as well, but that's probably more down to me and my skincare routine. I naturally have a drier skin. That's a point actually. I use a coconut oil because our skin is the largest organ that we have. I tend to only use natural products on it, and there is a theory that you should only put things on your skin that you are willing to eat. So I use a nice organic coconut oil on my head, on my skin, in my beard. But if there's any natural products that you guys could recommend, then I'm all up for hearing that. Finally, with it being a fixed head, I find that sometimes it can be difficult for me, especially around the back, around this bump at the back of my head. I find it can be difficult to follow that contour. So with the Philips One Blade, I definitely thought that was slightly easier because it will maneuver over all those lumps and bumps of your head. But other than me getting a bit more moisturizer on my head and also trying to tan it up a bit, I think I'm going to be using this often, a couple of times a week. Really smooth, really consistent. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully that has been helpful for you. Whether you are bald, balding, or looking to shave your head, hopefully there is some information in there for you guys to utilize in your lives. Any comments or suggestions that you guys have got, I would love to hear them, so pop them down in the comments below. I'll also link here to other videos where I go into more of my lifestyle and adventure videos. And ultimately, this is what life is about. We need to get out there, and we don't want to be worrying about what our hair looks like when we are out chasing adventure. Love and peace.